You know, it's not very often I have two experts at the table, but today I do. Two experts, and we're going to share their expertise with you. It is Believers in Business. My name is Ron Taylor. It's good to have you right here. Doc Black is joining us once again. And Doc, it's always good to see you. Welcome back.
It's always a pleasure to be here, Ron.
When you're here, that means we're going to hear a little song here in just a moment. And so we'll have that in just a bit. Dr. Black and Superfood Complete. We'll talk about superfood. Going to talk about the water that you're drinking. Yeah, you're saying, what's the big deal about that? Well, we'll tell you here in just a moment. Our show brought to you today by Patriot Survival School. Life's uncertain, so be prepared. Classes are forming now at patriotsurvivalschool.com. We always like to start with a little bit of your background. It's a tremendous story, Doc, and why don't you share briefly what happened about 30 years ago to you?
Yeah, 30 years ago, I was diagnosed with 2 forms of stage 4 cancer, kidney cancer and lymphatic cancer. Without chemotherapy or radiation, I was given 90 days to live. And basically, I figured out how to beat that. I did that using what I call the 3 Ps, prayer, positive attitude, and powerful nutrition. And one of the key components of powerful nutrition was the fact that most everything that I consumed was alkaline. That's important to understand because things like cancer, virus, fungus, bacteria do not do well in an alkaline environment, but they thrive in an acidic environment.
Okay.
The problem with America today is almost everything is loaded with sugar, and sugar, as you know, creates an acidic environment.
Most people, Doc, let's face it, who have been leveled with that kind of information that you did, 2 forms of stage 4 cancer, would have just said their prayers and succumbed to something like that. What gave you the impetus, the wherewithal, other than just wanting to live a little longer, to go past that and defy the odds?
Well, you know, I didn't have anything wonderful, dramatic to live for. I didn't have any children at the time. You know, I wasn't married. You know, I had been in the military. I was a Green Beret and a Ranger, and you know, I been exposed to death quite a few times in my life, but I had a conversation with God, and basically they said, look, there's no way you're going to survive this. You've got 90 days. And I said, okay, God, if you want me to stay here, I'm ready to stay here. If you want me to come home, I'm ready to come home. But if you want me to stay here, you need to either do something or tell me what to do. I'll be happy to do the work. And so that was really kind of the crux of what got it all going and led me to do some more proactive kind of things. Now, the interesting thing about that is that I've now been able to help over 10,000 people in the last 30 years gain and maintain good health on their own. And I personally haven't had a major sick day now in 30 years. So this formula that we use works. And one of the key components to making this formula work is helping people to change 70% of their body. And 70% of your body is the water that you consume. And so the easiest thing that you can do, if you're concerned, if you're listening to this program right now, and you're concerned at all about your health, you exercise, you take some nutrients, you do anything for your health at all, then this is the biggest no-brainer in history. If you just change the water that you're drinking, you'll be light years ahead of everybody else.
Wow. And we're going to detail that here in just a moment as we visit with Doc Black, our good friend, of course, and it's always wise counsel when we have the doctor in today, and he certainly is. Before we talk about the water, and this may dovetail right into it, Doc, is it about just as important about what we eat as what we don't eat, or vice versa? It's important what we don't put in our bodies, certainly important what we do put in our bodies.
Well, I tell people that you have to become the guardian of the hole in your face, which means that you have to really watch what you put in your mouth, and you also have to watch what comes out of your mouth and what you say, because you know you create your own environment, basically. And so it's really more complex than just what you eat. But if you're looking for the simple answer, you've got to get good rest, you've got to get good food, you've got to get good water, and you've got to have exercise. If you'll do those 4 things, then you are well on your way to having good health.
You have a guest joining us today. You've brought a gentleman here that I have been aware of his name for some time now, and to get to meet him today is a real treat for me. Tell us about Mike McDonald.
Yeah, Mike McDonald is here. He's fresh off the plane from California. Even though he lives here, he's been spending an inordinate amount of time, and that's by his wife's admission, an inordinate amount of time in California helping to launch this amazing company that is really going to revolutionize and I think put bottled water out of business. He is the master distributor for a company called Valara Global. And Mike, it's nice to have you here.
Hey, it's great to be here, guys. I'm having a lot of fun.
Mike, you've been quite busy out in sunny California, working a lot and doing something that is really incredible, and that is bringing people to a healthier place to where they want to be, and it's all about the water we drink.
It is, and Dr. Black did a great job in giving an illustration of that. The body's made up of, 70-80% water. Water's critical. I mean, it's life. Think about it. I mean, we've sent people in outer space looking for life, and what is life? Life is water. Without water, we have no life. So it is very critical.
But Mike, is it really? I mean, we drink a bottle of water here. We pour a little water in a glass. It's more than that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely more than that. Especially in today's environment. It's crazy to think how much chemicals are in the water today due to the various environment. Everything from chlorines to lime to ammonia, you name it, in the tap water. So we go to bottled water thinking, oh, wow, that's cool, we got bottled water. But now you're talking about reverse osmosis water, which is really dead water. It takes out everything. That's the good news. Bad news is it takes out everything. Minerals, calcium, everything that's good in the water, it takes out. So, early last year, I run into a gentleman out in California that had developed and patented this water unit that is a water enrichment unit. No moving parts, no electricity, no plumbing required, but we can take, example, tap water and pour it in the top, and it's kind of like Mother Nature. It just goes through the minerals and through the stones and through the granite. At the end of the day, it comes out beautiful, clean, a micro-clustered, energized alkaline water, and that's the best that you can put in your body. So for pennies a day, you can have great tasting water that is healthy.
Well, and as Doc had points out many times when we talk about this, you take the footprint out of the earth and you take those plastic water bottles out of the landfills.
Every person leaves behind, everybody who drinks bottled water leaves behind them somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 plastic bottles a year that just go to the landfill and just take up space. They're using petroleum to build those. And by the way, most of those water bottles are so cheap, and you can squeeze them and see how thin that plastic is. When you put those plastic bottles on the sidewalk in front of the grocery store or the gas station, and you buy them by the case, that water has been heated up 3 or 4 times now, releasing BPAs into the water, which are known carcinogens. And that water, not only that, but that water, believe it or not, is almost as acidic as soda.
Wow.
It's very acidic. And when you drink that bottled water, what you are drinking is acid cancer soup, basically. That's what you're drinking. And that's why this unit is so critically important, because you can take any water and put it in this unit. And like he said, no electricity, no plumbing, no moving parts. It alkalizes water the way nature alkalizes water by running it over rocks and lava and granite and different, and it adds minerals to it. And unlike some of the other alkalizing water units, there's another one that someone brought me once. $4,000 was the cost of that unit.
Wow.
And that didn't include the plumber and the electrician to get it all hooked up.
Interesting.
And so these units are extremely affordable by anyone, pennies a day. You can have good, healthy, fresh water. And like I said, it's the easiest no-brainer if you're trying to get healthy.
And easiest no-brainer is not an oxymoron. That's actually a wonderful statement.
Yes,
Easiest no-brainer. Mike, it's interesting. When I was talking with Doc about this, and one of the first things that appealed to me about this water is the fact that it's not about just drinking any old water, but it's drinking water that is creating that alkaline state in your body that's putting you in a wonderful position to fight disease. And that does a lot for most everyone, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely. There's 2 things that I think is real critical. Obviously, the microclustering. I mean, all of us have drank water, and you can kind of feel it slushing around in your stomach. Yeah, like if you get on a trampoline after drinking water, just, slushes around. water was never designed to have to be digested. But yet we put so many solids and so many chemicals into the water, your body literally has to digest it.
Interesting.
With our water, it's microclustered, so at the minute it goes into your mouth, it penetrates the cells of your body. So that's got to be a good thing.
Right.
Talking about alkalinity, now I've owned several swimming pools, and in the past, when you own a swimming pool, you got to watch the pH in the water.
That's right.
If you let the pH drop a little bit, what happens? Algae begins to grow, and fungus and disease, bacteria. Mm-hmm. But if you keep the pH level, your water's clean and healthy. Mm-hmm. The body's somewhat the same way. It's made up 70-80% water. So why would you not want to put clean, healthy water back into the body? If you believe in what is referred to as first mentioned, even in the Bible, water is mentioned over 600 times in the Bible.
Wow.
And just in the first chapter, it's mentioned 8 times in the first chapter of the Bible. So down here in Texas, we call that a clue.
Yeah, we sure do. It's great. And guys, this is wonderful. Tell me, Mike, how easy is it to get one of the units? I'm sure people are very interested at this point about, hey, how do I look into this?
Well, obviously, with a money-back guarantee, it's a patented product. So we're excited to be able to bring a product that is portable, that is healthy, take it anywhere. You can send it home to the kids in college.
Right.
You can take it to the office. You can take it camping with you. It is something, a lot of people buy a couple of bottles a day of bottled water, times a week, times a month, times a year. They'll spend $1,000 to $2,000 a year just on bottled water.
Right.
Here, you can have your own water system for less than $300.
That's amazing.
So it's very, very affordable to the masses.
Pays for itself very quickly. And Doc, you pointed out to me one time too, whenever we have a crisis situation, we have a flood or we have a tornado or something that hits an area, to have these units available for emergency situations is a whole different area too. There.
This is a survival tool in and of itself because you don't need any particular kind of water to start it. You can use any water. And what you're going to get out of this unit, this Volagua unit, is you're going to get good, pure, alkaline, energized water that's going to do your body good. And there's no limit to how much that you can run through that in an emergency situation.
Another thing I like, too, is the fact that it's an antioxidant. Whenever you get the water out of our system, it's kind of like orange juice. Orange juice is good for you because it's an antioxidant and fights free radicals, right? Mm-hmm. Well, our water actually is a better antioxidant than orange juice.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool, too.
Yeah, because it doesn't have the sugar.
Right.
Which feeds the fungus.
I'm liking this more and more, guys. So
this
is wonderful information. Coming in, I was getting ready to get autographed like the Doobie Brothers or something, but it's different. Mike McDonald.
Actually, he's more famous.
He's more famous. He really
because what have the Doobie Brothers done lately for America?
Exactly.
Nothing. This guy single-handedly is bringing this unit to all of America, and you really. It started in California, but Texas is Dallas specifically is really the hotbed of activity for this water unit because he actually lives here. Mm-hmm. You're going to be hearing more and more about this. You'll see it on the television. You'll hear it on other radio stations. If you ever listen to a different one, you shouldn't, but if you do,
thank you.
And you're just going to see more and more things about this Volagua water unit. It is the single best alkaline, pure, energized water that you can put in your body. Mm-hmm. And if you're 70% water and 30% other compounds, which would you like for me to fix first? The cheapest, easiest thing or the most difficult thing?
Yeah.
This is the best thing to do for your body. If you take any kind of supplements or you exercise, or you try to eat healthy, or you do any of that, you're health conscious at all, you need to have one of these units. They're about not quite 12 inches by 12 inches by 18 inches high, sits on your kitchen counter. It comes in black or white, and they match your kitchen appliances. My prediction is that 5 to 10 years from now, there will be one of these units on everyone's kitchen counter, just like there's a coffee pot. There will be one of these units, and nobody will drink bottled water ever again.
Wow, that's incredible. And I Doc, you're always great about having your eyes open to new and wonderful things that complement what you do. What a great compliment to the superfood family of wonderful nutrition that you've offered for so many years and to so many people. And now, this unit is just going to be incredible. Mike, tell us about Volagua Global. This is a company that's just launching, and let's talk business for a second. We have a lot of great business people that listen to our show. There's a business opportunity here, too.
Absolutely. When you think about it, guys, there's three things on planet Earth we have to have no matter what: air, water, and food. I think we all can agree we've done a good job in messing those up.
Yeah.
So, here today we can talk about three of those, two of those anyway. We can talk about the food, obviously the superfood. You can't get no better than that.
Right.
And then when you're talking about Volagua water, it gets no better than that, because once again, your body's made up of 70+% of water. And we mentioned going across the United States, but guys, I believe this is going to be in every household, every teepee, and every hut around the world, because no electricity, no moving parts, no plumbing required. You can take water from a river, from a creek, from a swimming pool, pour into the top of the unit, and it mimics Mother Nature.
That's amazing.
And when it comes out, it is clean, healthy, micro-clustered water. And we're taking this thing around the country and around the world. So we're looking for people that will lock arms with us with a product that will never embarrass them, never let them down.
Right.
It's a patented product that literally will sweep the country. So, yeah.
Gentlemen, competition's always going to be kind of around. Yeah, what stands out about this particular unit than, say, some of the others?
There are. First off, I think we've already established here today that you need good alkaline, energized, microclustered water. I think we already established that. You could use a whole home alkaline water system like Bill Gates and Oprah Winfrey use. Those run somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000.
Wow.
You could use, there's another system out there that sits by your kitchen sink that makes alkaline water, requires plumbing and electricity. It runs about $4,000. Or you could get this unit that has no plumbing, no electricity, mimics Mother Nature, and you can get good, pure alkaline water for less than 90 cents a day.
Wow.
To me, that's the biggest no-brainer.
It is.
Another thing that's really, really critical that we need to mention here is we talk about the other units that use electricity. They do two things. They use electricity and they waste water, because half the water goes down the drain. The other half, the electricity, fries the water in a sense, and you're actually putting EMF into the water, electronic magnetic frequency.
Right.
The same stuff that comes out of microwave ovens and cell phones.
Right.
And you're taking the minerals out of the water.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So why would you want to fry the water just before you drink it?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
The good Lord doesn't use electricity to make water. Why should we?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
And so this water unit is very simply the single best thing that you can have in your home. If you want to give someone a really great gift this Christmas and this holiday season, there's nothing better. I promise you, nothing better that you could give them than the gift of health. And the easiest way to give that is to change their water.
It's interesting you bring that up. I was just thinking about that just the other day, about how one of these units could be a great gift and ongoing and a gift of life for this
and they'll never guess what it is, because it comes in a pretty good-sized box,
right,
but it only weighs about 4 pounds.
It's terrific.
As a matter of fact, I've got someone who went fishing up to Missouri in the last week, and they took their unit, packed clothes in the bottom and the top of it, and put it in their suitcase, took it with them, had good pure water while they were gone, and brought it back home. I mean, it's portable, it's lightweight, looks great. You can see a picture.
And when you put tap water down or you put the Volagua water down, they will lick dry our water way before they even look or sniff the tap water.
So it passed the pet test.
Yeah, I have horses.
Yeah.
And I put this unit, this water in a bucket, and led the horse to the trough to get some water, and had the bucket. The horse drank out of the bucket and wouldn't drink out of the trough.
You see, someone told me that my dog was smarter than I was. I'm starting to believe that a little bit
yes.
now.
Guys, it's better sense of water.
Better sense of water, yeah. Guys, this is really incredible. And, Doc, this is just another component as to what you offer all of your patients, your clients, people who are listening, that is for your health. This is something that is going to put you in prime position to fight disease, create a wonderful state in your body that's going to just welcome the nutrients that you're putting in your body when you take superfood.
Well, this is Cancer Awareness Month. You see all the football players wearing pink this and pink that,
right,
all that stuff. And I have a real pet peeve against that, because my belief is that as long as we focus on the word cure, there will never be a cure for cancer, because there's no money in a cure. The money is in the treatment, the oncology, all the cancer drugs, all of that stuff. It's just a big money machine. If we change the word, focus on the word cause instead of the word cure, we would have cancer solved tomorrow.
Wow.
And one of the biggest causes is the acidic environment in which cancer grows in. If you change that environment by changing the water, you're a long way towards moving in the direction of healing yourself.
Wow, this is wonderful. Mike, thank you for joining us for the show. Come back when you can and give us updates on how you're doing, and we'd love to have you back.
Absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity. It's been great, guys.
Mike McDonald with Valagua Global, and it's always good to have Mike here. And Doc Black, you found a great guy here. Congratulations.
Well,
this is great.
I tell you what, you have to be open to how God moves in your life and leads you. And I just think if you are listening to this program right now and this makes any sense at all to you.
Incredible water unit. Would you call it a water purifier, Doc? Or would
it's water filtration system.
Filtration.
Yeah,
Okay.
water filtration system. And the fact that it turns the water alkaline is really important, but there's so many other things that it does. Is the single best thing, and it will more than pay for itself,
Right.
just in the money that you save. And if you're conscious about the environment at all, it reduces your footprint on the planet to next to nothing from a water standpoint.
That's one of the most incredible things about this. And I was thinking, for those who are health conscious, as you mentioned a moment ago, to any level, whether it's just you want to endeavor to drink more water or walk a little more every day or take the stairs instead of the elevator, whatever the case is, we've embraced water as a society, as a culture, and we know it's important. But let's look at the water that we are drinking, since we're looking at it anyway, and really get the best that we can get.
Yeah, we're being sold a bill of goods when we buy bottled water. It's not healthy, and it's just it's a scam. You need to ditch the plastic and grab yourself some good stainless or glass bottles. Make your own good alkaline, healthy water, and in no time at all, literally days, you'll begin to feel the difference.
I know I'm going to have folks ask me this. They already have. I have tried the water. It is wonderful.
You have a unit in your home.
I have a unit in my home, and it is just, I can't describe it other than to say that it's got a texture to it, and it tastes wonderful. And you can tell the difference.
There's a huge difference between processed food and real food.
True.
And there's a huge difference between processed water and real water.
Interesting.
And this is real water.